What's up, guys? Network126. No, this is not an April Fool's. I am really here. Well, I'm here. Nobody else is here yet. Come on. Somebody hit that notification on your phone. Network126 is live. Come on. Got Ryan K on. What's up, Ryan K? First. Apparently you are. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this, so I'm taking advantage of it now. So let's get this show on the road, shall we? What's up, Ryan K? Is that all you're going to say, that you're first? I got 4 people on here. I don't know who's on there, but I see you. I see you. Final Fantasy. What's up, Final Fantasy 8911? Says you're watching Network 126. Yeah, you can actually, today you can see that in both things here. Isn't that pretty cool? No? All right. Moving on. Who else is on here? Who else besides Ryan K and Final Fantasy? There's 4 people. Come on, there's 2 more of you on there. Quit hiding. Come out of hiding. How's the audio, by the way? I got a... Let's see if I can move it without throwing my mouse on the floor there, but is my microphone set up today, so it's like just off screen over here. So let me know how the audio is. What's up? Ryan K says, what's new, man? Just been working, doing a lot of Uber lately, trying to catch up because gotta pay those bills somehow. Callister Smith says, hey, man. What's up, Callister Smith? Oh, I just dipped down to 3 viewers and it jumped back up to 4. I thought it went up for a second. Oh, now it went up 5. Callister Smith says, how does it feel to be back? Well, it was nice having my own room over there. I sure missed that. If I go back there, I would. But I got bills to pay out here, so I had to come back out here. Back to depressing reality. Back to the kitchen. But at least I'm able to do a live stream right now. For I don't know how much longer. I left the door open, so at least I can hear when the engine pulls up in the driveway. No, not in Mexico, Peter Johnson. Only spent about 3 weeks over out in Mexico, so I couldn't stay out there forever because I had bills to pay out here. Back in California, where everything's overpriced and full of homelessness and poverty and all that fun stuff, all those signs of a thriving, booming economy everyone likes to throw in my face. BB says, greetings from Seattle. How's your life going? Oh, like I said, just been Ubering a lot. Just been trying to catch up on bills and stuff. Actually did pretty good this particularly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that 3-day streak. That was pretty good. Oh, hey, Hema Godoy. Saludos, Brian. Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? See, I got a new subscribers here. I forget how you say in Spanish. Suscriptores nuevas. Bien, aquí viéndote. ¿Cómo viéndote? My Spanish is still, I mean, I spent all that time in Mexico, but I'm still like trying to viendo. Bien aquí viendo. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this the Sweds, or I don't know how to say it. The Swed says April Fools. Hey, what's up, Walking Journey? Oh my goodness, muchos comentarios. I'm trying to keep up with my Spanish here, but it's just because I grew up speaking and reading so much English. It's just that's the language that comes naturally to me, so I have to like think and process so much. Para español tengo que procesar mucho. Final Fantasy says, Brian, you're the Spanish Captain Kirk, LOL. I guess so. Oh my goodness. And no, this is not an April Fool's. I'm really here. This is really real for I don't know how much longer, but for the time being, I'm really here. This is a real Network 126 live show, as you see down there, that little icon. So, Emma Godoy says, un abrazo y beso. Igualmente a ti. Flat for Wankel says, LOL at Anthony. This Sweds says, a walking journey in the house. Shade 94 says, hey there, good to see you're alive, LOL. Yeah, I'm still alive. Still alive. At least physically. Still working on that inner part, but at least physically I'm alive. Still kicking. Flat for Wankel says, he comes to troll. DHG says, I'm glad you're happy and doing great. Random Stuffs 216 says, what do you think of Nick Bravo going back to jail? Oh, that's news to me. I don't even know about that. I don't keep up with that stuff. I mean, some people swear like I was like so like intertwined and like so like in with that crowd, but I just wasn't. So I don't know about that stuff. Wouldn't surprise me though, based on the stuff that I Googled about him. Shade 94 says, did Nick go back to LA yet? Walking Journey says, I'm at work watching $400 a day. Get your CDL Class A. The Swed says, there's a bum in my backyard. I threw a recliner chair away and I noticed that they didn't take it. I went out to bring in the can and there's a bum sleeping. Well, times are hard, man. People just need to sleep. Just let the guy sleep. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this world sometimes just leaves me just speechless. I'm just, well, as you guys saw in my most recent 2 videos that I put out of the just insane homelessness that I see just every day out here. I was like almost about to think about that, but I'm thinking like, yeah, but I mean, pretty much every time I go out Ubering, as long as I spend enough hours out there somewhere, I'm bound to see homeless people somewhere out there, a tent city, some kind of, encampment, or even just an individual, someone sleeping at a bus stop or something, wrapped up in a bunch of blankets with like a shopping cart and a bunch of bags next to them, stuff like that. So, I mean, the economy is just, they're always saying, oh, with the economy, it's booming, it's thriving. Yeah, so is, what else is booming? Poverty and homelessness. There's a skyrocketing cost of living. But anyway, I've gone on so many tirades about that already. I can go on and on and on and on for hours, and I don't know how much longer I have to do this video. So, let's see. Callister Smith says, get on a landscaping crew for a while. Landscaping crew? Why a landscaping crew? I mean, the reason why I'm doing Uber, I should, I guess, remind some of you guys, is because I can do it whenever I'm able to. I mean, because I'm living in a kitchen. Like, my laptop is on the kitchen counter right now. Like, this is, I'll rattle some dishes right here. This is like, I don't want to move the laptop right now, but there's like literally dishes right next to my laptop. So, and right now I'm home alone, so that's why I'm finally doing a live stream. Some of you guys have been crying and crying and crying. Dude, good, Brian. Somebody get this stupid Beaver T shit out of here. I'm not Beaver T. I'm sick of hearing that name. User on this channel. Goodbye. Reminds me of that show. You guys remember that show, The Weakest Link? You are the weakest link. Goodbye. The way the lady would say that. I forget her name. Oh, wait. I want to see that comment. Wait. Fell kind of behind here. Swed says, I called the cops and they said there's nothing wrong. I just hope he didn't OD there. Well, that would be kind of scary. Peter Johnson said, is the homelessness getting worse there? Well, according to statistics and everything I've seen personally, driving around doing Uber all over the place, all over LA and Orange County, especially downtown Skid Row area, that place is pretty much homeless city. It's crazy. Like sometimes I have to like driving through one of the streets, like around like the Fifth Street area, I believe, somewhere around there. I forget what the cross street was, but I'd be driving along, and sometimes I'd have to like stop in the middle of the road or like go around, like because there's like homeless people that just like they lost all hope and just don't give a fuck anymore, basically, and they just wander out into the middle of the street and they just don't care. They're probably sadly halfway hoping that they do get hit by a car. And I can't say I blame them too much. This world is depressing, especially lately. So there's your answer, Peter Johnson. And if you want to, or if anybody else wants to hear or read more, I mean, there's plenty of other videos on YouTube. There's this guy, I don't know him, I don't have any connection with him, so I'm kind of like giving him a free shout out here. But this guy, it's called Invisible People. That's the name of his channel. And this guy, I forget the name of, I forget his name too, but there's this guy, I believe his story is he used to be homeless himself. And I forget, but he ended up getting on his feet somehow. And then he started like doing a bunch of videos interviewing homeless people, like just out on the street everywhere and getting their stories and putting them out on YouTube. And his channel's exploded. And I forget how many views and subscribers he had, and especially up to now, but it's been exploding lately. And so along with homelessness, and so that guy, he's a good guy to follow. So like I said, the guy doesn't even know about me or that I exist, but I'm giving kind of like a free shout out there to go check out his channel if you want to get a feel of what homelessness is like. And then you can Google a bunch of articles too. This goes to all of you guys. Google articles if you don't believe about the homelessness, or if you're just curious to read or educate yourself more about it. It's really gotten crazy. I've heard statistics, sometimes I can't say that word, out there that it's been in recent years that it's been increasing by about 20% per year. I always throw that one statistic out there that it between 2016 and 2017 about it exploding in Los Angeles County by over 23%. And then I've heard ones that say that it's like over 75% in the past 6 years. And then I heard 20% year over year in the past, I don't know how many years. So, but anyway, the point is, whatever the number is exactly, it's too damn high. That shouldn't be happening, especially in America, the first world nation, supposedly. It's quickly declining into third world status. Not sure what's going on here. Mouse is kind of, I don't know what the mouse is doing there. Anyway, let's move on here because I'm kind of falling behind. I got 16 viewers, 2 likes. Only 2 likes? Come on. Can't believe there could be that many trolls. I'm sure I got some people out there that are actual fans that actually, subscribers that like me. Now I'm getting kind of thirsty. I got this, what's left of this gallon here. Just kind of trying to drink it kind of fast there. So the Swed says, yeah, I live in a liberal city and it's full of home bums now. Is that a word that you just made up? I never heard of home bums. One word, home bums. HOMEBUMS. I've heard homeless. I've heard houseless. Kind of less common term. Anyway, let's move on. Shade 94 says it's stable, not great getting. It's stable, not getting great. In IMO, in my opinion. Peter Johnson says unaffordable housing. Yeah, indeed. Ida CNS says I don't have my earphones on. What excuse did he use to not get his CDL Class A? Oh, shut up. You know what? I'm just going to hide you now. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Did you hear that through your headphones? I'll be brutal today. Oh, shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on, whoa. I'm like way behind on the comments. Yeah, I know. Hold on. Wait. Because I don't want to skip people, so I just am. Sometimes there's good content, some like good things to feed off of, so I don't want to like skip over everything. So I apologize. I know I'm like way behind. Ukraine is cheap to live, says DHG. Callister Smith says, hell, move to the garage. The garage is full of stuff and it's mostly blocked by cars. There's no in and out access. So unless there's a car not in the way. So that's not really doable here. Especially with the parking situation in Long Beach. I'll tell you that much. Project Blue says, Brian, what will you do if/when your dad dies? Just curious. Will you be able to look for a job? I don't know right now. It's just, I'm not going to dwell on that stuff right now and have to explain again about living in a kitchen and difficult situation, trying to sleep and trying to function and trying to hold a job and all that stuff. The Sweat says my rent's $1,200 a month and a free pet bum lives out back. What the fuck, a free pet bum? Well, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, I'm laughing, but the true reality is that a lot of us are scarily one paycheck or two away or financial emergency away from being one of those pet bums, someone else's pet bum. So watch who you call a pet bum. That's all I'm going to say. Ben Rose, hi. Hey, what's up? Hi, Ben Rose. Final Fantasy 8911 says mental illness and abnormality is rising too. Autism, depression, anxiety disorders, eating disorders, schizophrenia, etc. is going nothing but up. So are suicides. You forgot that one. All kinds of craziness is going up right now. The whole world's just descending into chaos. Shade 94 says, I think it's worse because of some liberal policies in West Coast cities. It attracts homeless from other areas. Oh, I've heard more that it's about the weather, but I don't know. The whole world's just such a mess right now. In California and even up to Oregon and Washington State. So your area is like a canary in a coal mine. Peter Johnson says, invisible people? Yeah, look that up. If you go on YouTube, type that in exactly how you typed it into the comment right there, except without the question mark. And the icon will say like IP. Just click on that. I think it's red. And the guy's got it's like an older guy. He's got a ton of videos and all kinds of interviews going back like years, I think. I don't know how many years. He just interviews all these people. And the scary, interesting thing is like some of these people, they're like ex-professional, like people that like had good jobs, that had a house with the 2-car garage and, the cars, the family and all this and that. And like now they're living in their minivan and like some like safe, like designated safe parking zone in like a church or something. It's sad what's become of America in so many ways. It's just, yeah. But they want to say, oh, but the economy, it's booming, it's thriving. Yeah, thrive my ass. That's all I got to say about that. Walking Journey says, Brian, go to my channel and check out my community posts so you can see my paycheck. Oh, I think I saw that already. Good job, dude. The IRC bully. Hey, what's up? The IRC bully is here. Yes, apparently, indeed you are. And good thing, because you're a moderator too, so take care of the troll scum for me, will ya? Shade 94 says he makes enough to consider it full salary, but still says he's poor. In AdSense. Wait, are you talking about me? Oh, thought you were talking about Anthony. What? Well, my AdSense, if you're talking about me, my AdSense isn't consistent. So it goes up and down. I mean, I'm gonna look into the rules again and see if I'm allowed to like publicly disclose my earnings amounts, because a lot of you guys have been curious about that. I mean, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm like telling you guys as much as I can without like giving exact numbers. It fluctuates, goes up and down, and sometimes I make a lot, sometimes I make shit. So there's your answer. Oh, hey, what's up, Lessine Belbachair? Really digging the beard. Looking good, Brian. Hey, thanks. Somebody there noticed. Like I said, again, I'm trying not to. I know I'm behind on the comments. I don't want to skip people. Shade 94 continues here, says, but good interviews. Final Fantasy says, oh yeah, I've watched a lot of those Invisible People videos. Yeah, good. Let's spread the word. Yeah, what do you think of those? Pretty interesting, huh? Oh, whoa. Okay, I know. Yeah, because as soon as I try to drag the scroll bar, like it like went like from being like, well, relatively, I'm just like using an example like this big, and then it like just like, and then it just like jumped around. I'm like so behind. Okay. Final Fantasy, the Sweds. I got some videos of the crazy bus here. Shade 94 says he looked better with a full beard, not just a goatee. Not gay or anything, lol. Okay, thanks. That's good. That's encouraging. The Swedes, or the Sweds. I keep wanting to pronounce it the Swedes. Nice chatting with you. Have a good day, Brian. I guess you're taking off. You're probably already gone now because I'm so behind in the comments. Peter Johnson says capitalism is failing. Yes, indeed it is. That's what I was kind of alluding to with my little rant there. DHG says, in my third world country, house bubble is about to burst. Sorry for my bad England. I mean, English? It's okay, dude. It's all good. R bully, RC bully, LOL, DHG. First like is mine. Oh, thanks, dude. Right on. Right back at you. Bad apples. You need to find a job, then you can save money and buy your RV. Sorry, man, but nobody's going to donate thousands of dollars for nothing. And even if they did, you would not be able to cover the uptake of the upkeep. It says an upkey. I've explained this so many times. Because I'm making AdSense revenue, I got so many ideas. I'm just bursting with ideas, including a whole sci-fi series, for freak's sakes. I want to try to keep the profanity within kind of a check here because I want to trigger the algorithms here. But yeah, I could be making so much more in AdSense. I swear. I keep explaining this so many times in the comments, but people just don't understand. RC Bully's jumping in to defend me there, saying that he has a job, which, I mean, technically, something that you go out and do and come back with money is a job, which is what I do with Uber. So that's what RC Bully is referring to there. And I mean, Uber, they call it, a side hustle gig, it's all this gig economy stuff. But I mean, really, it's just the evolution of jobs. When you think about it, that's what it's all becoming nowadays. And there was another thing about Drew Giant. He said I don't know if he's in here yet because I'm so behind in the comments, but he made a really good, interesting point about Uber drivers and living in their cars and stuff, and the recent strike and how everything's just so hard to survive. And anyway, I'm gonna, because I don't want to fall behind in the comments here, but Ryan K says it's amazing. We can think of all this crazy tech things like iPhones, Apple credit card, expensive cars, etc., but can't think of ways to help people get the basics in life, like housing and not starving. Yeah, there's an interesting point that I want to make about that. I was driving, where was it? I think it was around a marina somewhere. Gosh, I forget where it was exactly, but I see this all over the place in general, but it was just a specific place I was trying to remember. I just see, I'm seeing housing being built, a lot of housing. It's not so much that there's a shortage of housing out here, because I'm seeing all these like multi-level apartments and stuff, buildings being, residential buildings being put up all over the place. But so much of it is like luxury stuff. Because I'm trying to make AdSense here, so I'm trying to survive. So yeah, it's just it's kind of disturbing because what I'm seeing is so much luxury. All these property owners trying to get the most amount of money that they possibly can out of these properties that they're putting up, but the people that can actually afford it are far few in between, and that's why we have so much exploding homelessness out here. That's one of the reasons. Besides the weather, the politics, whatever, that's whatever you guys want to believe, that's something right there, something solid. So chew on that. Mindstorm says Mindstorm. I should slow down there, pronounce that better. Hi, Brian. How's sunny Long Beach? It's sunny out there. I don't want to move the laptop right now, but it's sunny. It's kind of like a cool breeze, so it's pretty nice. I got to admit, it's not too hot, not too cold. I don't know the exact temperature, and I don't want to look at my phone right now. Anyway, man, this gets kind of exhausting. Like having to read all this stuff real fast and keep up all these comments. And blah 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 blah, because I'm the only one talking here, and there's no editing. So, Peter Johnson says most people live paycheck to paycheck. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's all the stuff that I was just talking about. Excellent point. IRC Bully says is waiting for trolls. I love that. Kotex 9500 says IRC, if he has a job, then why does he not have his RV yet? I've explained this so many times. Try living in a kitchen without any personal space or privacy. See, I think I need to explain this more because I don't want to dwell on this again, but just real quick. I'm more of an introverted type of person. I'm the kind of person who really, really, truly needs my personal space and privacy. And when I don't get it, guess what happens? I go cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. So, no, literally, I'm like laughing and joking about it now, but it's a really serious matter. And I'm trying to take advantage of having the place alone right now so I can just open up and be myself and do a video right now just because I feel like it. But that's something that's really important to me. It's something that I really need. And that's why I do Uber again, because I can do it whenever. And so if I want to be up all night when people are asleep here, just to kind of be alone, I can. And so I can start the day in the afternoon the next day and, still make my money as long as I go into late into the night. So anyway, don't want to get too caught up here in the, now I'm falling behind again. Wait, where's it? Oh, yeah. Tony Smith says G4T said that people would have to bug out. N126 went down to Mexico to look for work. By the way, I don't mind that abbreviation. I just don't. He said G4T, by the way, but I just don't like when people try to use that B4T name against me. But N126 is fine. Larry D, what's up, Brian? Oh boy, you're coming on at an odd hour. Better a different time. Well, this is the time I have the place to myself, so take it or leave it. IRC Bully, Bills, I guess. Lacine Belbachair, Invisible People is one of my favorite channels. Yes, that's again, promote that, support that channel. It's really eye opening. A lot, my brain needed a moment to reset there. Yeah, so especially a lot of my doubters, well, the trolls, I was going to say trolls, but the trolls don't really listen to anything I say or explain anyway, and I can throw an infinite amount of information, links, videos, articles, and they just will still keep coming at me with the same stupid nonsense. So for the critics, for the normal level-headed people out there, Invisible People is a good place to go to learn about all this stuff that's going on currently and how the economy and cost of living is affecting society and real people. people that, like I was mentioning earlier, used to be professionals that used to like work in banks, used to be like a, like mortgage, department people, whatever. I don't know their official titles, whatever. But it's all kinds of people that, like, middle class, upper middle class, it doesn't matter. People are losing everything. The middle class is disappearing. Invisible People, again, is a good place to go for proof of that. So moving on here, Larry D says, Brian, do you ever laugh at the comment section on your videos? Well, I cry more than I laugh. Like the Family Guy song goes. But anyway, the Chinese economy is booming. Also, if you're a Pastor Williams, also. Oh boy. Shay94 says, I was talking about invisible person, guys. Sorry, I should have clarified. Trying to catch up, guys. I'm doing the best I can here. Larry D says, Anthony sounds like he wants to quit his next job. I don't get Anthony. Why does he have so many kids if he hates working? LOL. Texas maids seen YouTube changing its rules and many not making as much profit as used to. I've heard some stuff about some of that stuff, but also that the views that they fluctuate, they go up and down. That there is a direct correlation between what I make in AdSense versus how many views I get. Like if I look at the graph, like for example, if it goes in views like this, like this, like this, and then down, back down, and then maybe a little spike again. When I go back and look at the financial, the money side, it'll look like this, like this, like this, like this, and then with a little spike at the end. So it's very, very much correlates with the views, but I can't control how many views I get. That one video that I have that's gone viral, the Uber pool passenger video that I was harassed and stuff, and pool ride gone wrong, basically, that's gotten over 1.5 million views. There's times that it'll like spike really high. Like like there was this one time early on that it was kind of like, it started kind of like it starts off kind of like, well, there's an initial kind of like little spike, then they kind of like drop down, and then they kind of like have to find their place, and then sometimes they just like kind of grow over time. But then this Uber pool passenger video is kind of like doing some kind of, well, I got to look into the rules to see if I can like show the actual graphs, but it was something like that. And then just out of nowhere, it just like goes like from being like about like here, and then all of a sudden it just like shoots up like a huge tower, but it doesn't last, so because then it goes and then it goes like kind of like, well, not that far down. It kind of like stays a little bit higher, and then it kind of like, there's like a few other like little spikes, and then it goes up and down. I forget the whole graph, but anyway, I'm falling behind again. So Larry D continues on here. Anthony bragging on his paycheck right now, but he seems miserable. Like what good is a check if like what good is a check if you hate your job so much and want to quit? Well, that's a lot of people nowadays. I mean, you guys think I love doing Uber so damn much? I mean, it's not like I loved working at the warehouse so much either. People need to do what they got to do to pay the bills. Larry D continues on here. Brian, I still think your dad should move to Riverside. It's a hell of a lot cheaper, and it'll take a huge weight off your dad's shoulders to help you out. Yeah, my dad's work is all based out here in the Long Beach area, so that's not going to work out. My dad loses that. We lose our primary income right now. So anyway, I've explained all this kind of stuff a bunch of times before. Shay94 says, I was referring to the creator of Invisible People. He gets AdSense, but made a video a few days ago. He said his only income was a $200 donation. Huh. That's interesting. I mean, but considering the amount of views and subscribers, and he continues on, says he does good videos. Wow, that's interesting because, I mean, he's got a lot of viewers and subscribers, so I'd imagine he's getting like at least hundreds of dollars a month, at least, if not like $1,000 or more. That's, wow. Okay. Anyway, moving on. DHG says finding a job is almost impossible nowadays. I haven't even like because I've been doing Uber so long now, over 2 years. I'm sure it's still, I mean, you guys can look back. I got these old videos still on my channel where I actually like go, like I'm like holding my phone or camera. Like, no, I didn't have a smartphone back then. It was that long ago. But I mean, things haven't really changed all that much since 2008. I mean, get real. I mean, really, it's things have been. I mean, yeah, it's some things may have gotten a little bit better. I mean, there's the gig economy is kind of, you know, boomed, if you, I guess, if you want to say, but that's just to keep people in poverty. You know, people aren't really getting ahead in this gig economy. You know, the evolution of the job basically is what it is. Um, Anyway, so if you guys are interested, go look those videos up because I mean it's still pretty relevant. I'm pretty sure. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could find something if I looked, you know, consistently enough, long enough. But anyway, moving on. Shade 94 says, but thing to question about him is all. The invisible people guy. His video, why I don't support patronizing chronic homelessness. Oh no, wait. Prioritizing. Why I don't? I wish the spelling was kind of off there, and he doesn't support his video. Why? Yes, looks like doesn't. Why I don't support prioritizing chronic homelessness. I just want to make sure I read the comments correctly because I don't want to get accused of anything later. Here in Houston, many moved out here from Los Angeles and Bay Area for the same reasons you stated. They can no longer afford to live in California. Thank you, Texas Made, for that interesting firsthand perspective right from Texas. Larry D says, Brian, I need a hot model, but I don't expect it. So you should be bendable and build a pod capsule in your room. Okay, first of all, I don't have a room. I live in a kitchen. There's no fixing kitchen living. I need to get out of here. I need my own place. I need at least a door. I mean, come on. A door, asking for a room with the door isn't asking for a hot model. I mean, I'm not asking for a mansion here. Come on, for freak's sakes. Ay, ay, ay. People, I swear. Final Fantasy says, what the trolls lack is something called critical thinking skills. Thank you. They have a very flawed view of reality, but lack the cognition to see it. Thank you, Final Fantasy 8911. Very well put. Very well put. Thank you so much. Moving on, back to Larry D. Says, Brian, would you be willing to accept an RV? Is you signed a legal contract that you had to pay the person back a certain amount per month, so basically a backdoor auto loan. I already did a video where I tried to do this with somebody trying to sell in an RV, and I was trying to negotiate a payment plan, but he didn't want to do it. Go back and look at my older videos. Shay94 says, could you do some beach tour videos? I haven't found any on your channel. That's because I haven't done any. Never been to West Coast. I guess, well, I don't know. I'll see what I can manage to squeeze out. Because, I mean, like, I don't know when I get, you know, time and privacy alone in this place. It's like the first time in a long time, actually. So this is why I haven't even, like, done a live stream or anything on my channel. I've been, like, so dormant. Anyway, moving on. Jacob, the douche bagger, interesting name. Love your work. Oh, when are you going to have a meetup? Ooh, I don't know about that. I'd have to see about that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe at a distant time. I don't know. I got too much going on in my life right now. Too many problems, struggling to keep up with bills. I mean, it's not, I don't even know if I'm like a big enough YouTuber to like, you know, to like arrange some kind of like a public meetup, like, you know, and it's not like I'm not like gonna like do it like in an alley or something, you know. I'd want to like do it like in a big, you know, large public venue, something, you know, center of a mall or something, you know. I've seen other YouTubers do. Anyway, Larry D says, What are your Uber passengers saying about the economy, and what is it like for new grads? Well, there's one conversation that does stick out to mind, that there was passengers, forget, like maybe 2 or 3 of them, that were talking amongst themselves. I don't want to get involved in the conversation. I just felt awkward and jumping in kind of late into the ride and stuff. But they were talking about how the rent, either at their place or a relative's, mom's, or I don't know, some place that went up by I don't know how many $100, and they were just like kind of going on a rant. I mean, this is a while ago. This is, I think, like at least over a year ago, if not close to 2 years. It's, yeah, forget, but it was a while back. So I'm just like trying to go based on the best that I remember about that. But they were just like kind of like going on a rant about how just cost of living is just becoming unaffordable, and that they're scared, and rent's been going up and they don't know what to do. So anyway, I'm just gonna move on for right now. Shade 94 video idea: a skyline video at the beach with your drone would be cool at sunset. Huh. All right. Well, that's an interesting idea. That sounds doable. Lacine Bubble Chair says the problem the problem the problem with AdSense is that unfortunately most people use ad blockers. Well, I guess, yeah. Probably not good to advertise that. I'm just kidding. JK says, oh shit. You're right, Brian. It hasn't gotten much better for people. I'm thankful I'm working and I'm just saving as much cash as I can in case things get bad. But who knows how long it'll last, right? Yeah, that's good. You're smart. Now that you're making money, save all you can, because you don't know when the next storm's coming. And from what I hear, we're headed for a crash even bigger than 2008. It's going to make 2008 look like a walk in the park. So, yeah, JK, you're smart. I was going to say a smart dude. I'm assuming you're a dude. So you're a smart person. Good job. Moving on. I got to move on. Larry D. Brian, that pod capsule video I don't care about the pod capsule. I can't live in a kitchen. Hey, Tariq24. Hi, Brian. Hey, what's up, Tariq24? Sorry I got back to you so late. Fell so far behind in the comments here. 24 viewers, 11 likes as of right now. Larry D says, Brian, if 99% disagree with, no, 99% don't disagree. Anyway, disagree with you except your Final Fantasy. Could it be, or except for Final Fantasy? Could it be that you guys are wrong and everyone is right? What? Huh? I'm not even gonna, that's too much of a brain twister for me right now. No. 99% of as soon as I first started reading that just threw me off. 99% don't disagree with me. Quit trying to imply stupid nonsense. Jacob the douchebagger says living in a kitchen is the way of the future. Well, I mean, I guess kind of in a depressing way. I mean, seeing how much. I mean, look this up too. The United States Census. Yeah, try saying that. The U.S. Census. If you look that up, there's a article that came out. The actual data from the official U.S. Census that was talking about that so many young people, so many millennials in my age range, I forget what the exact age range was, but the millennial age range, young adults, are living at home with their parents. And it hasn't been this bad in like, I don't know how many years, but look that up. Just look that up. Just going to throw that out there right now before I move on. I'm falling so far behind here. I need some more water. Agua. Takes a lot of energy to do this. You guys wouldn't think it, but just keeping up with so many comments, just rambling on and on and on with no editing. Larry D. Have you 100% eliminated the making money in Mexico plan, or are you still brewing possibilities in the future? Would it be interesting if you figured out a way to do it? Or would be interesting if you figured out a way to do it? Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting comment. I was actually, the thing was, I did film. That's the thing. I filmed a video on my camera talking about my wanting to build AdSense revenue, because I do have a tia, an aunt out there, who does have space for me to live in a room, an actual room, but I got bills out here, obligations and stuff, and so pretty much the only way, because if I take just some job, like if I do like another warehouse job or something like I had out here, chances are I'd be making about $2 an hour equivalent in dollars. So I wouldn't really be able to take care of my financial obligations out here on $2 an hour. So I could actually make more on YouTube. But the thing is, growing my YouTube channel to the point where I can survive, sustain myself, pay for my own food and stuff, and take care of all my obligations, that takes time. Like I said, I'm bursting with all these ideas and just all these things that I want to do. A sci-fi series, like I said, Road Trek, and like I want to throw this out there too. While I'm on this, if I'm not falling too far behind on the comments again, but William still okay. I'm good. Yeah. So well, there's a few channels out there. If you look, I'm sure maybe you guys have stumbled upon some of these videos before. Well, I hate to use Alex Jones as a reference, but just his format, just the way he has his, or had, because he got kicked off of YouTube. But just the way he had, his desk set up with the microphone, and he would do like live shows, take calls, and talk about current events and that kind of stuff. Like, I want to do that kind of stuff too. I have all kinds of thoughts about all kinds of things that I want to go on rants about, not like Alex Jones, but just, just to have that microphone there, to have space, and the privacy in the room to be able to, go off on rants and stuff, without bothering anybody and nobody bothering me. And just to like be there with the camera, or, I could be live or film it and edit it later, whatever, or do both, and just be there, going over all these different things that are going on, or just whatever I feel like talking about, ranting about, and do a live show. It'll be all professional looking, all, with the nice desk and everything, and microphone, USB, high quality microphone and stuff. Nothing too expensive, just something that, to get me going, or, I can work my way up later as I'm making more money. But that's one of the things that I want to do, in addition to Road Trek, in addition to, this that you're watching right now, in addition to all, all the other stuff that I've been doing. I want to continue doing more of all that kind of stuff, and the stuff that I just talked about too. But the only issue is I need consistent personal space and privacy. It always boils down to the personal space and privacy issue, which is what I try so desperately to drill through particular individuals' heads to no avail at times, and it's just so frustrating. So, with all that being said, moving on now. I'm sure this live stream is going to get a lot of views now. I've noticed this about my live streams. They get a lot of views. They get like over 1,000 or 1,500 views, like over time. Even if they don't get a whole lot of views initially, a lot of people are drawn to these, and because this is all this is raw me. It's just going off on my first reactions to stuff and reading stuff live, and so I guess and if I have I got, it's like almost 5,800 subscribers now, I believe, and I got over 2.6 million, close to 2.7 million views total on my channel. So I guess with so many people, and with these live streams, because it's it's more intimate, more personal with me, and I say more than the edited stuff. So yeah, I guess I could see why they get so many views. Anyway, I'm rambling on again. Jacob the douchebagger says, do it out of Denny's. That's the best place for meetups. Oh, that's interesting. I was like kind of visualizing that, like as he said that, I was like, I visualized that in my head. I was like, Denny's, because I just recently, this is another thing too. I wasn't even thinking about mentioning this, but on the topic of Denny's, just recently on was it Sunday? No, Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. I was ending the night, and I was like down like close to like the LAX area, and I had to pick up a Denny's, and this guy was taking forever. I mean, I gotta admit, it was funny because I was so close because I was like, I was kind of like driving around looking for a place to like kind of park, wait for the next ping, and like around the LA area, parking's horrendous, and it's just sometimes you just like have to keep driving, burning gas. So I was driving around, and I come up to a red light, and I'm in between calls. I just dropped someone off. Hopefully, I don't take too long telling the story, but I'm sitting at a red light, and all of a sudden, my tablet started going bling 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 bling. So right away, bling! I hit that square box, whatever, and to accept the ride. And as soon as the map loads, it says 1 minute away, and and it just says it's like a blue line just like going like this. And I'm looking, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm like, wait, Denny's, and I look to the right out my right window. I'm like, oh, Denny's. Well, that's easy. So I put on my turn signal, went over. Hey, I'm here. I waited a couple minutes, then I called him, but then he took forever. But he told me he was waiting for his food. This is see, this is another thing, like another one of the kinds of videos I've been wanting to do. Uber stories. I have Uber stories that I want to get out, but I don't have the personal space and privacy to do them. If I had an RV, maybe I could do them. Anyway, continuing on with my story. Sorry, but I just had to do that. So I'm waiting for this guy. He's taking forever, but I'm doing one of those consecutive trip things, and those fellow Uber drivers are people who know what I'm talking about. Well, no, I'm talking about. Anyway, consecutive trips. So basically, you do 3 trips in a row that start in a certain area, designated area, usually like around LA or Santa Monica, Hollywood, something like that. So you start there, and as long as you don't decline any or cancel any, whatever, as long as you do at least those 3 in a row, so no matter what comes next, whether it's pool, even if you don't feel like doing a pool ride, you have to accept it. So if you do 3 in a row, I think it was $7.50 at the time promotion. So I was trying to snatch that up. So I didn't want to cancel on them. So I was just sitting there waiting. It was past the 6-minute mark, past the 7-minute mark. And I think it was like close to 10 minutes total. I was waiting, just sitting there with the blinkers on in the corner of the I was going to say Jack in the Box parking lot because I go there so much, the Denny's parking lot. And I was just waiting. Finally, he comes out. I mean, the guy seems normal enough, cool, whatever. He's carrying bags of food from Denny's. He's, I guess, I'm assuming he just went out to go and pick up food and go back and hang out at his place or whatever, go back and hang out with friends or something. So, and by the way, it was a bag. It was a plastic bag, a white bag with I don't know how many styrofoam, whatever, plates inside. And then he had a drink carton holder thing with it had an orange juice, and there was like a couple creamers and something like the stirring straws or something. I think that was the only drink. Yeah. So I think. Anyway, he gets in the car, and I don't want to take too long telling the story. I know I'm falling behind in the comments, but I keep saying that, and I'm falling behind more in the comments. Just like I fall behind financially, except for different reasons. Anyway, so he gets in the car, start the trip, start going. Trip starts fine. I didn't think anything was gonna happen. I start getting to his destination, and but before that, he mentioned something about like going straight or something to keep in some lane or something. So he seemed normal and everything. So that's the point that I wanted to make about that real quick. So I get to his destination. As I'm pulling up, I put on the emergency blinkers, and I turn to him. I'm like, is this it? And I do a double take, and I'm like, and I swear he's sitting like this. So I'm like, so again, I'm like, I told him, like, because I'm trying to like, because it seems like it's like a back gate to like some kind of like a complex or something. So I'm like, gosh, I'm like, hey, is this the right place, or like do I go somewhere else? I'm like, hey, like, and then so it's like I couldn't sit there in the lane, so like, I turned in to like kind of like sit there in the driveway to that gate, and so like like when I pulled up to that gate, I kind of like had to like tap the brake a little bit to like kind of like gently jolt him, like without touching him, like kind of try to wake him, and he did kind of like come to like the first time I like verbally try to get his attention, but then he went out again. So I'm like, hey, I'm like, hey, is this it? Is this your place? I'm like, hey, and he's like, oh, he's saying like this. He's like, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, hey. And I actually had to like I let up off the brake a little bit again, just to like get the car to roll just slightly, and then I tapped it again just to like do that just slightly. And I was like, hey, is this it? Is this your place? He's like, oh yes, so sorry. Oh yeah, this is my place. Yeah. And he starts gathering up his stuff, but the thing that I don't understand is that how just like less than like 5 minutes ago he was like he was cognizant, he was aware of his surroundings, asking me about like or telling me like where to go and stuff, and then like 5 minutes later he's like that out of it, like what happened? And so but he was like apologizing and stuff, and so I'm sitting there patiently waiting with my blinkers on and waiting for him to gather up his stuff. And so he starts like slowly gathering up his bag and like trying to get a grip on it. And then with the drink carton holder thing, he like slides it up on the dash, but the dash is like sloped like this, so he like puts it up like this, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I hope he's not thinking that that's gonna stay. And then and then he does what I was hoping that he wouldn't do next. He takes his hand away, and then he tries to like fix his stuff, and right away with the drink and everything, it was like an orange juice or something. It just went as soon as it hit the floor mat. the as I found out later, the coffee creamers that he had, like they fell like on the seat, like on his side, and he squished them with his ass, and then they too were and so I took pictures of that. Anyway, without running this story on too long, he took forever to get out of my car, by the way, and everything. he Oh my goodness, I felt bad for the guy, but I mean, like, I didn't get mad because in my head I'm just thinking, oh my god, he's gonna get things so bad. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, but I mean, like, because I got to go back now and clean this up, because I can't, like, a passenger can't sit here now. It's got coffee creamer splattered all over the seat, and the floor is all drenched in orange juice. So, and the guy, like, he'd like barely even apologize, or I don't know, I forget if he really apologized. He was like so out of it. And because like after he got his stuff out, and I was kind of like in my head saying like, all right, hurry up, just go. I'm not mad, just go. And the guy comes back in, hit to my window. He's like trying to like brush the seat off with his hand, like, "Are we good, man? Are we good?" And I'm like, and I had to be real with it. I'm like, well, I gotta go home now. I'm like, my car is a mess now. Like, and I just kind of like made it awkward like that. And it was like, I don't forget if he apologized or I don't know, because he was just so out of it. But he left, and I was like, okay, good, just go. I just went down the street, pulled over somewhere, parked. I took the pictures that Uber wanted, reported it. The next day I woke up to $80 more in my account. So there's my incredibly long, crazy Uber story that made me fall more behind in the comments. Moving on now. I'm surprised I'm getting this much time alone here. Gonna take full advantage of it. So you guys are gonna like that. Larry D says, what do you say? Ad blocker usage is increasing percentage-wise, making it harder and harder to make money, or has it stabilized lately? Well, like I said, that there's correlations between views and AdSense money, but shit, it's jumping around. I fall so far behind here. So, like I said, there's a correlation. It goes up and down. So anyway, that's about all I can say about that. Jacob the douchebagger. I'm trying to go fast here. I wish there was still a Sambo's. Sambo's. What's that? That was the place to meet! Exclamation point. That was the place to meet. Trying to get the emotion behind that. I don't know what Sambo's is. I never heard of that. Maybe you can, or maybe you already explained that later. Like my extreme weight loss challenge. Another strange name. Brian, what do you think G4T is doing right now? Do you think he lurks around and watches your videos? He probably does. I have no idea what he's doing or where he is. I haven't had any contact with him since 2013, though. But it wouldn't surprise me if he probably still does watch my videos. Because back then, when I did that one meetup, like I keep telling the story, get it straight, I met up with him one time. We filmed a couple videos, and that was it. But from what he told me, I mean, he was watching my videos and he liked them and stuff. So I don't know if he would have any reason to stop now. Anyway, moving on. Mindstorm says, Larry, he has nothing to do with G4T. Yeah, that's like I just explained. I haven't had contact with him since 2013. 88 Nick 8 says, what happened to the girl you were with? Oh, no. The question again. The question. That's too much to get into on YouTube. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Sorry, 88 Nick 8. Ask me something else right now. Silver Sun says, Brian, I heard YouTube is changing the rules in July and that you will need at least 10K subs to qualify for monetization. Really? I haven't heard about that, but I am at 50, almost 57 or almost 5,800 subscribers right now. Anyway, Michael says, would you get into a trade if it was free to try? Well, if it was free to try, and depending if I could sleep, living in a kitchen, not go insane. That's what lack of editing. This prize is the lack of editing you guys get. I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying. Silver Sun says, Brian, would you be able to pay for the upkeep for an RV and a car at the same time with AdSense alone? Do you think you'll be getting enough to afford that? Well, probably not initially, because like I said earlier, it takes time to build. And I'm not going to be able to just immediately start doing road trek. I got to like do modifications to the RV, build scale model, and I don't want to get too much into all that right now, but at least I can do all of my other shows and my vlogs and my commentaries and stuff. Like I was talking about my live shows, my desk set up with the microphone and talking about current events and all that kind of stuff. I can do all that kind of stuff in an RV and start building up my AdSense. But the thing is, with having my own place, is if AdSense isn't doing it alone, I can still go out and do Uber for however long I want and come back whenever I want, sleep whenever I want, go back whenever I want, do videos whenever I want. And it's just, I would be able to function so much better. So I keep trying to explain, but so many people just don't get it. I just go crazy sometimes. Anyway, moving on. Larry D says, are there enough? Dude, try to type better. Are there enough dirty Latina maids hovering in Mexico for you to get your channel viral? LOL. No worries for visa there. It's easy to stay as a tourist. What? Dirty Latina maids. Okay. There are AdSense rules against sexual stuff. Just throwing that out there. Continues on. Larry D says that Silver. I asked that in the comments and never got a good answer. Wait, what's going on? Really, Silver? I never heard that rule on YouTube. Larry D says, Brian, go MGTOW. That's men going their own way. Then it won't matter if you're in a kitchen. LOL. Yeah, well, I'm not interested in... So Silver Sun says, yeah, a lot of people have been saying that this summer the monetization rules are changing and you need at least 10K subs or you'll not qualify for Adsense. Well, then I'm just going to have to keep growing my channel then. And again, if I had an RV, I'd be able to do that at a much faster rate and be able to produce much better content. I mean, I'm going to be honest with some of you guys. Oh, all of you guys. I mean, you're all watching right now. What am I saying? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. A lot of these videos I've been doing, well, not all of them, but a lot of them, especially lately that I've been doing. I mean, I try to come up with good ideas. I mean, like I said, I'm bursting with ideas, but those are the ideas that I can't do. The ones that I've been doing lately, a lot of them are basically, I would call them filler videos, kind of filler material for my channel, just to keep my channel current, with something new, because so many people cry, oh, do a video, we haven't heard from you haven't done anything new in however many weeks. I'm like, okay, here's a little 30-second clip of this or that, or a minute or 2 minutes or whatever it is. But that's because those videos are the easiest to get out there. But I really want to do better videos. I have ideas for better videos, and like I was talking about, all these commentary things that I want to do with the current events and the whole setup, and maybe even a green screen and have stuff going on behind me, something, all kinds of stuff. I have all these ideas that I want to do, but I can't do them living in a kitchen. Let me make that clear. I cannot do all those things that I want to do and grow my channel living in like this in a kitchen. This is why I need the RV so damn bad. So, making that clear, let's move on here. Larry D says, well, I don't care what people are saying. He has anything been officially hinted at from headquarters or at least legit rumors? Okay. Shade 94 says at Silver Sun, it makes sense. Super YouTubers want to stop competition. I guess that makes sense. See if I can scroll the comments without it jumping on me again. Okay, good. I hope the audio is good. None of you guys really ever answered me about the audio, but I see the little bars, little green dots moving, so assuming it's still working. Because I didn't do an audio test since I've been in Mexico, so I'm just assuming it's all still working. Nobody's complained. At some point, things will change. Silver Sun says at some point things will change. YouTube is all about big money, and small-time channels like this will be phased out. Yeah, but I'm not going to be a small-time channel forever. I'm always growing, always getting subscribers, always getting views. It's always I mean, it fluctuates. Like I said, it spikes, goes up and down, but it's always growing, always increasing. Jacob the Douchebagger says, congratulations, you're pushing the YouTube celebrity boundaries. Sorry I got back to you kind of late on that. Larry D says, you may be right, Silver Sun, because it's too much bandwidth for YouTube to keep supporting all these channels that aren't getting around or not getting ground. But 10K would keep people from ever doing it, so it's a catch-22. Yeah, well, but I can, especially if I had an RV, I could get to 10K. Easy. Not overnight, but quickly, because I'd be able to pump out videos on a daily or nearly daily basis, and sometimes maybe I can get 2 or 3 videos out a day if I, take a day off every now and then from doing Uber to just dedicate to doing videos. Get 2 or 3 out a day if I'm not disturbed. I have my own space to work all day. Larry D says, you can do Uber stories here, Brian. Come on. Yeah, well, like I said, try living in a kitchen. Try running a YouTube channel out of a kitchen without any personal space or privacy. I gotta say it like that because so many people just don't get it. I'm able to do this live stream right now because I have the place alone to myself for like the first time in forever. So this is why, like, I'm doing this now. Like, you guys have been crying and crying for weeks, for months, right? Live stream. Well, I'm doing it now because I finally can. This is how bad it is. I'm telling you guys, I need my personal space and privacy. Ay, 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 ay. So Silver Sun says, Brian, I remember you had an apartment years ago and had plenty of privacy and space, but your video content was really low. So why would getting an RV be any different for you? Oh my goodness, I'm explaining the same things over and over and over and over and over again. So first of all, I was busy at work, busting my ass, paycheck to paycheck. I was, hours are crazy. I was working a lot of times. It started out at like 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours, and 10 hours, 12 hours a lot of days. Sometimes we'd go for like a span of like weeks, 12-hour days every day, and I'd be working so hard, busting my ass at this warehouse. As soon as I'd get home to my bed, and I basically do this, I get to my mattress and just go pop. And I'd be out. That's it. And then I'd wake up later, eat, and be out again, and then I'd wake up and have to go to work again. That's how it was. And then also, to add more complications, and this is my own doing, I didn't have to do this, but I met somebody, a woman that happened to be living in her car, kind of down on her luck with the economy, and it's a long story. I don't want to put too much of her business out there, but I don't even know if she still even follows my channel, but she it was an interesting thing that happened. And so basically I was lonely, and I was, single, lonely guy. My mom just died. I'm alone in an apartment, no girlfriend. So I met this woman, and so that had something to do with it. I mean, there was a sexual element to this thing. It wasn't really an official relationship, but it was sexual. So when you're getting home that tired and horny, I'll just be real. Very little time for videos. So I hope this live stream for once and for all clears things up all about that. And before I move on, fall behind the comments again, but there's this stupid thing that the trolls have been saying about meeting some lot lizard at a truck stop. And supposedly it was based on that story of meeting this woman at a gas station for regular cars, an Argo. But trolls have somehow twisted that into that it was a lot lizard at a truck stop. No, it was not a lot lizard at a truck stop. Quit saying that. It's stupid. Anyway, moving on now. Now I can move on. Jacob the douchebagger says there must be an Uber underworld. The Uber nobody ever sees. I suppose, whatever that means. Shade 94 says at Silver Sun, I think he was working at the warehouse then, so was doing traditional career, not focusing on YouTube. Yeah, basically, like I explained. I need more water. I'm almost out of water. Grr. It's okay, there's more. That's just, I'm almost out from that bottle, that jug. Where was I? Oh. Lester the Carpetbagger. It's another funny name. If there was still a Sambo's, I'd take an Uber there. Just saying. Again, I don't know what Sambo's is. You keep saying that, and I keep hearing that. It's just a word to me. I don't know. Apparently, it's some legendary, oh my God, how dare you not know the great Sambo's? Sorry, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know. Jacob the douchebagger chiming in says Sambo's was the best. Lester the carpetbagger replying in again, it was great. That and Sizzler. Oh, so okay, so was it like a Sizzler then, or is it like a Sizzler? I don't know. Hey bro, says that. Oh, Jacob the douchebagger and Lester the carpetbagger are saying hey bro to each other. That's an Uber surcharge. I couldn't do Uber. My Kia isn't paid for. Oh, no, that's okay. Go ahead. Do it. Okay, moving on. I think the oh wait, no, the comments didn't slow down. They just jumped again. What am I saying? Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so hard saying Jacob the douchebagger and Lester the carpetbagger so many times because they're like alternating. Okay, I'm just gonna read the comments just for the sake of time here. Dealing with strangers in a one-on-one situation like a car is messed up. I'd have to cover the back in plastic. You still haven't paid off your soul, bro? Don't dox me, bro. Now they know what I drive. You said Kia. I didn't tell them about the tank. I said Kia. You said Soul. Who are these people? At least they don't know it's gold. Damn. Does Kia make something else? LOL. Kia is cutting-edge automotive company based out of Korea. Yes, they do offer awesome several quality car models. You know, I will say, at least about Hyundai, which is basically the same that they own like a majority of Kia. They basically make the same cars. Based on my experience renting Hyundais before from Hertz, overpriced, but the cars are good. They drove even better than the Ford I have now. So, anyway, I want to keep going here. If you say so, bro. I had the feeling you need an RV. Oh no, you're talking to me. Go around and film the homelessness in Cali. Make a channel out of it and monetize. Well, I mean, my channel, Network126, is a random channel anyway, so, and there's already like some homelessness stuff on there, so go look around. I mean, my channel is really, really random. Just if you go to my main channel page, click on the videos tab, and just like go through. I have over 200 videos, like close to 300 at this point. They're just so random, all over the place. Anyway, moving on. Peter Johnson says go. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Michael says do snack reviews or something. No, I'm not into this. No, I don't want to do snack reviews or food reviews. Lester Carpetbagger says Pneumatic Network126. Pneumatic Namadic. I believe that's NOM. Anyway, Jacob the douchebagger, Brian the next Burger Planet. Become the next Burger Planet in real life, IRL, streaming for the win. What? Audio is A+. Okay, good. Finally, someone gave me feedback on the audio. Pete the Neat. Interesting name. In your country, it's easy to get on disability and get free money. Yeah, if you have an actual disability. Are you implying that I have a disability? Because it seems like you're implying that I have a disability. I don't know where you're going with that. Anyway, I'm just going to move on. Peter Johnson said, so get Gibbs. He says that twice. So get Gibbs. GIBS. What's Gibbs? How to Kurt. I remember you. I remember that name at least. Can I ask about the girlfriend you were with last year? Do you still stay in contact with her? If not, why? If not, why not? And tell me how people are romantic and can act like their partner wasn't ever there. It's not like that. That's kind of what's being portrayed on YouTube right now because she just sort of disappeared and I haven't said anything about her. But behind the scenes, I've been, I don't want to even get into that right now, but I've been, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm still, like, I saw her kind of recently, and yeah, and that wasn't the only time. But that's all I'm going to talk about that right now, because that's just too much to get into on YouTube. Peter Johnson, comments are jumping around too much. Oh, wait, did I get to the bottom? Oh, okay, I got to the bottom. Finally, I caught up. Peter Johnson says, what's your opinion on Yang? He wants to give everyone $1,000 for UBI, Universal Basic Income, I believe that stands for. I've heard about that. I think it's a very interesting concept. It's definitely going to shake things up. The only thing that I'm afraid about is that, I think initially it'll be great when everyone just immediately starts getting $1,000. But I think like once like things kind of like readjust, then next thing you're going to the grocery store and paying like $50 for a gallon of milk or something crazy like that. So your $1,000 now becomes like $200 or something. So I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of that, but I don't think it would happen right away. I mean, I'm not really a financial expert in that kind of stuff. I don't know how like those kind of things work, but I don't know. It'd be interesting though. I can say that much for sure, for certain. It'll be interesting, especially initially. Pete the Neat says, "Get on the dole. Makes life so easy." Wait, what's the dole? I don't know what that is. Peter Johnson says, "Why work then spend all your money on rent with no savings when you can just lay back and get welfare?" Mindstorm says, "Really at Pete the Neats. You having a laugh." JK says, it's fun reading these sometimes. I'm just like reading. It's like, what? I just like keep going on, just reading them for what they are. Anyway, so JK says, "I started looking into buying raw land to live on. Believe it or not, in many states, you can get a small plot for only a few $100. Really? Put up a tent and at least you'll have some place legal." Huh. Wait, on that note, I read a really, really, really messed up story. I'm sure you guys can look it up, or I could even look it up again. And it was at least maybe like a couple years ago I read this, but I remember it so well. It just made me so mad for this guy. This guy was homeless. He inherited a bunch of money. He bought land. He bought an RV, or a trailer or an RV, something like that. He parked said trailer or RV on his land that he bought, that he owns, to live on, off grid. He just wanted to live like that and be happy. The government said no. And they kicked him off his own land. Go look it up. It made me so mad. Made me so mad. He should be able to do that. If he wants to buy his own land and park an RV on it, he should be able to damn well please. He should be able to damn well do that if he pleases. Really. The absurdity. And then they wonder why there's all these homeless in tents on the side of on the sidewalks on the side of the street, because that's the only place they can be. And that a lot of times not even there. Police and they come and like do sidewalk cleanups. They can't even be there, so they're constantly shuffled around from place to place. It's like, really, like, do something, like offer solutions. Not this society, this world, the government's so backwards and screwed up, I swear. Anyway, Pete the Neat at Mindstorm says, "I never laugh at free money." Mindstorm says, "It's not really free money, though, is it?" Peter Johnson says, "America is a capitalist slave plantation." Yeah. Yep. Pete the Neat says, "To me, it is." How to Kurt says, "Brian, I think they're looking for you in South Carolina. It's related to Uber." What? South Carolina? Why South Carolina? Can you explain? I've never even been to South Carolina. What are you talking about? Pete the Neat says, "Here in Australia, we have it good. If we don't want to work, the government pays us." Huh. Mindstorm says, okay. JK says, "Yes, it depends on zoning. That's probably why he got kicked out. You do have to know what type of land to buy. It can still be viable, though." Oh, interesting. I did hear somewhere, I think there's like some desert lands somewhere around in California, and then I think for certain in Texas somewhere, I found out about this just kind of like by chance sometime online. I found out that you can basically live out in the middle of like nowhere, out in the middle of the desert, like in Texas. There are actually no building codes. I think they only have a requirement like for like either if you have like a running water or a composting toilet, you can do either. It just has to be a certain way, I guess. Just for a composting toilet, I guess, because it's really the only way you could do that out in the desert. Realistically, that's the only thing. If you want to if you want to drive out to your plot of land out in the middle of the desert in Texas in a big truck full of like pallets and scrap wood, that kind of stuff, and just like lay things on up against each other and just like willy nilly nail it however you want, and just like throw a tarp on top. As long as your composting toilet is up to spec, you can live like that. It's crazy. It sounds really cool. It kind of got me going. Something to think about. Final Fantasy 8911 says, Brian, what's your opinion of the what Prager YouTube channel? Have you heard of it? Apparently not. By the way, I struggled to even read that. What's that? Prager, Prager, capital U. What? Happy Jesus 123 says Nicholas Corky Bravo is returning to Southern California and needs a place to stay. Is it okay if he stays with? Okay, that's obviously a stupid troll question because I live in a kitchen. There isn't even space for me here. Come on now. I don't even have anything to do with the G4T crowd. I don't have anything to do with Nick. Oh, yay. I swear, these people, man. These people. The Dr. End. It's another weird name. Good weather in the desert, to be fair. Final Fantasy says that Happy Jesus 123. Oh, there's his reply. That crazy ass clown belongs in a mental asylum. Oh my goodness. How to Kurt says, would you agree if everyone had would you agree that if everyone had your attitude, nothing would have ever gotten done? Or oh, come on, get off of that. Come on. You don't even know what I'm capable of or the kinds of things I would do if I just had personal space and privacy. Ay, ay, ay. Like, I literally want to, like, invent stuff. I want to, like, do videos of me, like, trying to, like, build things that, like you can't buy that, like, to solve, like, little problems that I have. I built, like, back before you can get these little, like, clip-on lenses for your phone and stuff. I was doing sort of a similar concept, but not for the phone, but for a little cheap point-and-shoot camera that I had, that I constructed this whole little box that you can slide this my camera into, but only that specific model of the camera, which is kind of the problem with that invention. But for my camera, it worked great. You'd slide it in, it would lock into place and line up perfectly with the wide-angle lens that would be built into this little box. And so it'd give me great wide-angle footage, and it would help with stabilization. So I could attach that to my tripod, walk around with it, and record myself, and it looks like actually someone else is recording me, and with the way the lens was, it was so stable, so smooth. I invented that. There's so many things I would do, so many, oh my God, it just boils my blood sometimes that people just like, they imply that I'm just like something like I live in a kitchen, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. No. If you guys even have any idea how much work and time it takes just to like edit some of these videos that I do and like the effects that I do, like just, I mean, the YouTube, this logo that I made for my channel here on YouTube, Network126 logo, I did all that from scratch. I mean, just that alone. I mean, this kind of stuff, designing 3D paper models of vehicles, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm capable of doing so many things, doing so many videos, and I have so many ideas, and I can't do them living in a kitchen. That's the problem. You guys just still don't get it. Anyway, I kind of fell behind the comments again because I got so caught up. responding to that. So JK says it's even easier than hauling a bunch of scrap. For another small bit of money, you can buy a shed from Home Depot and have it delivered. I'm always investigating how to escape society. LOL. Huh. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, there are actually, I've seen some sheds at Home Depot that do kind of like resemble like little houses. And I've actually been inside, just like kind of look around. I should have done a video on that. Just like, just like browsing around, and there's this one that I saw. It looked like a little house, and I believe it had like another like a little like a shelf or something like up. It was kind of like tall, like the whole shed. And so I was saying, like, man, that's like the perfect place. I could like sleep up there and like have like my living space, my computer set up. Oh man, that would be good. Just have a good like ventilation system. Maybe put like another window on it or something. And be set. You'd be really set with a Home Depot shed. There are some nice Home Depot sheds. Jacob the douchebagger says squatter laws are awesome. If you occupy an abandoned house and start mowing the grass and throw some paint on it, after so much time, you can claim the property as your own. I've heard about that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. It's kind of a gray area of the law because technically you're trespassing, and technically that's illegal. But it's basically you have to do something illegal and get away with it for a certain amount of time, and then suddenly it magically becomes legal, is how I understand it. So it's kind of, it's a little risky, but it does have potential great reward. So Michael says, this is kitchen nightmares with Brian. Yeah, basically. I assume that you are referring to that about that I was actually on the actual TV show Kitchen Nightmares with Chef Gordon Ramsay. Either that or you just happen to use that just by chance. But Peter Johnson says just max out a couple credit cards and leave the country. Yeah, no financial institution will touch me with a 10-foot pole. My credit is already ruined. I can't even. I'll just put it this way. I went to Target. I played for the red card. Got denied at Target for a Target card. Same thing happened at Home Depot once also. So max out multiple credit cards. Yeah, totally unrealistic. I can't even get a damn Home Depot or Target card. How to Kurt says, did you ever meet Corky and what were your impressions of him? No, I never met Corky. Spludge Punk says, eBay has really cheap land, but I found most of it is unfavorable because it's not developable. Well, but just park an RV on it. Who cares? Park an RV on it and dig a big hole and dump all your your stuff, your waste. Bam, done. Trying to control these comments here. Hey, no. Okay, here we go. Jacob the douchebagger. Heck yeah, I invented the weed eater and they stole it from me. Happy Jesus 123 says that Jacob the douchebagger. It like broke up there. It is even better if you forge a few documents. Tim Moraes can help you with that. Who's that? Jacob the douchebagger says yes. Happy Jesus. Jacob the douchebagger says paper models. Wow. Oh, I guess you didn't know that. Well, I have multiple ones. Yeah. Let's stick that one. Oh, here's another one. Yeah. This thing is dirty. Whoa, I think you guys can even see that on the low quality resolution dash. You see like dust flying around. Yeah, so this is one of a few different models that I've designed. This is a Class C RV. So the initial, like the side of it right here, like I found this part on Google Images. Kind of modified it a little bit though, but I had to convert it into a 3D design because it was just a flat 2D, just side image of an RV. So I had to like separate, cut this front cab part out, and then I had to, then the front and the top, the roof and everything, I had to design all that part from scratch. So then, all this part I had to basically construct, put together the grill, the hood, the windshield, put that window together, put the solar panels on there. Well, they're really air conditioning units, but it's kind of like well, I don't want to say what that is. I don't want to give away my show secrets yet. The rest are solar panels, those squares. I put those on there. So this is one design. It folds together. You can print it out of any computer or photo printing station, like an Office Max, Office Depot. You can print it out bigger in color if you go to one of those places. I was trying to. Oh, yeah. You know what? I do have it in 2D form. This is what it looks like. This is what I had to design on the computer. So if you're doubtful of my inventiveness, this is one thing. I mean, this is just paper. I mean, I can do things out of other materials too, but this is something that I designed. All this, just starting with some initial donor images, just cut it up and put the rest together, have it all line up so it can be printed out and folded into an actual physical model of a Class C RV. And that is the story behind my 3D models. And I fell behind on the comments again. What's new? Not too much though. Spludge Punk says, kind of like moving to America. If you hide long enough and don't pay taxes and get a fake name, you can stay. I guess. How to, Kurt? What specifically ruined your credit? What did you not pay back? That's a long story. There's medical stuff there wrapped in there too. Overdrawing bank accounts to keep a rental car thing going. It's just a mess. How to, Kurt? Saying again here, I think you owe Happy Jesus an apology. Wait, what? He has been on YouTube for years and has very reasonable questions. Okay, Shade94 says, Tim is the guy that duped Corky into the real estate fraud. Shade94 says at Final Fantasy, you can't have lower than 400. Yeah, mine is... What is mine? It's like... Last I saw it was like maybe 500 at the highest, or I don't know. It was pretty crappy. It may have been just above 5. I don't know. I could look it up on Credit Karma. I don't have anything to hide. I could show you guys exactly. How to, Kurt says, that's funny. Corky is back in California to deal with Mr. Weird again. Wonder if he's still getting calls from Craigslist. What? I don't know what's going on there. Peter Johnson says, why not go back to Mexico, live a simple life? Well, I already talked about that earlier. I mean, I got bills, obligations to pay out here, and I'd be making like $2 an hour out there working a job. And even though I could have a room out there, it takes time to build a YouTube channel to build up to that point where I can make enough to take care of all that and be able to feed myself and care for myself. That's why I'm not out there. Final Fantasy says at Shade 94, he probably has a credit score around 400. Then Pyramid Head. Oh, hey, what's up, Pyramid Head 138? How's the saving going? What's saving? What's saving? That's the sad truth. All these savings are on GoFundMe. So you guys can see the real-time graph of how that's going. Mind Blown Watcher says, LOL, is that USA? J Law says, B for T Parodies says his credit score is 494. Yeah, well, okay. Well, I don't care what B for T Parodies is, because B for T Parodies is literally the central hub of slander and disinformation about me. That channel exists solely to slander me with stupid lies and rumors, and people just make up stuff and put it out there on that stupid channel and make fun of me. And they act like they know what they're talking about and like they know everything about me when really they don't know anything, and they just talk like they do. Just make up endless lies and stories, and it's just drama and gossip. And I don't understand why so many stupid trolls are so obsessed with me to the point that they have to make an entire channel dedicated to me, to harassing me and slandering me, and putting all these lies out there on the internet about me. Who does that to someone, really? I mean, what have I done to you guys? That doesn't compute. Anyway, Michael says, with your luck, by the way, you can afford an RV, but there will be some law against RVs or too high of a fee to park it anywhere. Peter Johnson says you can get an RV and go out and live in the desert. Yeah, that's true. Walking Journey says, I'm back. Oh, I didn't even know you left. Where'd you go? And why are you back now? Sophia Anatolios says, just finished a 3-hour test and ready to do anything but concentrate. Hey, what's up, LOL? Hey, what's up? You missed a lot. I guess you're just going to have to go back and watch this from the beginning. I heard a door chime. I had a miniature heart attack. I thought I somehow missed the sound of the engine of the car pulling up in the driveway. And I heard the door chime like ding. And I was like, whoop. And I was like, oh, false alarm, just the wind. See, that's the thing. That's why I go so crazy living in here like this. Like any little noise, I'm like, just like, I can't. But people just don't get it. Mind Blown Watcher says, what happened to the drone? I guess I'll just answer that once and for all visually. See for yourself. Well, it's kind of dusty, but I just keep it in here. It's the best place for it. It keeps it safe. Still works. I just haven't done really any new stuff with it lately because, well, it's hard to run a YouTube channel out of a kitchen. I mean, look where I keep it. Keep it, for freak's sakes. Up on top of my bed, my cardboard surrounding my twin mattress up alongside the kitchen sink. I can't run a YouTube channel like this. I'm just doing this live stream now just because I happen to have the place to myself for an unknown amount of time. So I'm just kind of chancing it right now. And I'm going on an hour and 42 minutes. Just under an hour 43. Surprised I got to go on this long. Maybe I'll get to take this at least 2 hours before I get interrupted. As soon as I'm telling you guys right now, as soon as I see that, as soon as I hear I'm getting tired now. Yeah, I tell you guys, this really does get exhausting after a while. But yeah, so as soon as I hear that driveway, yeah, as soon as I hear that driveway, guys, because driveways make a lot of noise. As soon as I hear the sound of my car engine in the driveway, because yeah, it's my car, it's out right now. That's why I'm in here right now alone. So as soon as I hear that engine, I'm going to be having to wrap this up. And so it's going to be pretty abrupt. So just a heads up, so you guys aren't like, oh my God, he's leaving, he's quitting. No, I'm just letting you guys know, just my time of personal space and privacy will have come to an end at that point. And so then I'll have to end this live stream. So that's what that means. Just so you guys know. So Walking Journey says some loser is doing the same to me. Oh, you're talking about that they have a whole channel dedicated to you? It happens. It's people just, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that drama right now and all. Yeah. Treek24, LOL. JK says, does anyone know what happened to that guy from a few years ago that brought bought that older RV and was interviewed in several episodes. Can't remember his name. Oh, that guy. Yeah, it's another long story. I hate long stories, but that's the sad truth. It's another long story. I hope he doesn't show up in here. Yeah, that guy. That's not he who shall not be named. MC Robin Hood. Anyways, Sophia Anatolios says you go to the gym. How many depressed people do you see go to the gym? Depressed people don't have energy to go to the gym and work out. Depressed people they barely have enough energy just to get through their day and pay the bills, especially living in a kitchen. Walking Journey says, go back to Mexico. You already talked about all this, but you left earlier for some reason and then came back. I don't know why, so. But you missed all that, so now you're going to have to watch this whole live stream all the way from the beginning when it comes up later as a regular upload after it finishes processing. Because I don't want to go through that whole story again. It's just, I find myself telling the same stories. Another thing I want to talk about here on YouTube. I need more water. We're on hour 46 minutes here on the dot. So this is something that comes across that I come across as a YouTuber on such a frequent basis that it burns me out so much because I find myself telling the same stories over and over, day after day, the same explanations, the same arguments, the same trying to get people to see things from my perspective over and over again, multiple times a day, every day, for weeks, for months, and now years. I'm getting tired of it. I really am. No, I'm not getting tired of it. I am tired of it. What am I saying? So, I mean, when I do these live streams, I try to answer as many questions as I can and try to clear things up. But it seems like that no matter how many, things I try to cover and get to and explain, whether in these live streams or regular edited videos, the lies and the rumors and all this stupid stuff just continue regardless. So, I don't know. But I just put these videos out there so people want to know the actual truth about me and my situation. They can come to my channel, not B4T parodies or any other stupid, slanderous lie channels, and they can hear things straight out of my mouth. There should be no need to make up stupid things. But I feel the need to do it anyway, so I wish I could stop them, but I can't, so let's let them have at it, I guess, just doing their stupid stuff. So, Sophia Anatolio says, if you wear yourself out, you'll sleep well. Yeah, people say, look, I get what you're saying because I've heard this before. But it's just, see, this just goes right back to what I was just explaining about how I have to keep explaining and try to get people to see things from my perspective. When you live in a kitchen like I do, and, well, see, I should clarify, when you're very or more introverted leaning type person like I am, and you're living in a kitchen like I am, and most of the time, no matter what you're doing out, making money, whatever, or going to a gym or whatever, you come back, you can never get your alone time. And it's just like, until you understand like where I'm coming from that perspective, and just trying to stay sane and trying to have my time by myself. And like, that's the other reason too why I stay up so late all night, is because like that's the only time like I could just be and not worry like who's going to walk into the kitchen and need to reach and grab this over behind me over my shoulder, or get to the sink or get to this thing, and then I have to move over here. And if I'm eating something, I got to pick up whatever I'm eating and carry it over to this other side of the counter because somebody needs to get into that cabinet over there. And I can't live like that. So the middle of the night is the only time where I can just and just be in silence, not worrying about who's listening to me, watching me, about to walk in on me or whatever. But sometimes I can't even count on that because sometimes someone needs to get up in the middle of the night for a drink of water. And the water, I'm looking at the water jug right now. It's right behind the laptop right here in the kitchen. So that's not even, reliable. So that's what drives me so crazy. So I need personal space and privacy. So that's why I said it always boils back down to the personal space and privacy issue. That's the main thing about me, my life, my situation that I'm going through that hinders me so much, that I need help with, that I need to get out of. I need my own thing going on. I need to be able to function, sleep whenever I want to, need to, do a video whenever I want to, need to, to build my channel, make more money. That's how that stuff works. But some people just continue not to get it. And it just gets so frustrating having to explain the same things over and over and over. But I know these live streams get a lot of views, so hopefully you guys get it now and quit bugging me. I swear. Ay. I never saw this stuff come in when I first decided to become a YouTuber and like put so much out there. And, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I mean, I have my supporters, my subscribers, you guys are great. Thank you. Thumbs up. But the amount of hate is just so off the wall. The amount of hate, opposition, attacks, harassment, lies, slander being spread about me all over the internet, just truly unbelievable. Just no more words. It just leaves me speechless. How people can dedicate so much of their lives and put so much time and energy into hating a stranger, some guy on YouTube who hasn't done anything to anybody, who's just trying to fix his life and get an RV to live in, not a mansion, not even a house, or just an RV, and not even a new RV, an old RV, and just something that runs and doesn't leak when it rains. I swear I've been just explaining things too long. Like, I want to do better videos. I want to talk about other stuff. I need to get out of this kitchen. You guys don't even know what I would be doing and talking about and showing if I just could run my channel the way I want to, the way I plan to, the way that the ideas that I have, bursting ideas. You guys have no idea. Good thing I'm throwing that out there too. Good thing I had time to say all this. Sounds like wolves howling. It's the neighbor's dogs. I don't know if you guys can. I don't know if my microphone here is picking the dogs up. Why are my views dropping? I was just about to say I'm down to 15, but then it just right before and it went down to 14. Now it's back up to 15. Come on, make up your minds. No, okay. I need to get back up to the comments. I'm rambling again, but at least I got 12 likes. Final Fantasy responding to Sophia Anatolio says, LOL, of course he doesn't go to the damn gym. You must be new here. And Sophia Anatolio's laughing back at Final Fantasy with the little smiley emoji face thing. Shade 94 says future reference about credit scores. Credit Karma uses Vantage score, not FICO. Most lenders only care about FICO score, but still good indicator. Normally Vantage is a little higher. Oh, so it kind of gives me a little bit of a false sense of security, a little bit of false encouragement. Like, yeah, your credit is 508. No, it's 497. I don't even know what it's at right now. I could, if you guys really want to know, I could pull it up on Credit Karma and at least tell you what that says. Walking Journey says, Brian, have you ever tried Smoothie King? I never even heard of Smoothie King. Sophia Anatolia says, I have depression too, but I'll starve if I don't try. Yeah, but I'm sure you don't live in a kitchen. I'm sure when you say depression, well, I don't want to generalize either, but, you know, but I guess I can make a point and generalize myself. You know, your depression could be, oh, I went to McDonald's and the ice cream machine was down. I'm depressed. That's a different kind of depression from living in a kitchen and not having any personal space and privacy, especially being a more introverted type of person who needs that personal space and privacy very badly and not being able to get it and going insane day after day after day, week after week, year after year. Different kind of depression. Just saying. Just saying. And it's not, this is situational. I feel I should clear this up too before I even get back into the comments. There's a difference between clinical, like chemical imbalance type depression and situational depression. There's nothing wrong with my head. No amount of meds or doctors or psychologists talking, anybody is going to do anything as long as I'm living in a kitchen, because this is the focal point. This is the trigger. This is where the depression originates. This is the depression generator right here. Living here like this in the kitchen generates the depression. It's like being on a sinking boat and getting a bucket and like trying to scoop out water and throw it overboard over and over, trying to, doing this, just doing this. Oh, we're not going to sink if we do this. We're not going to sink if we do this. No, that's not going to do anything because you're still taking on water. You need to address the root of the problem. This is the root of the problem. This is what needs to be addressed, not here. This is not the root of the problem. This is the result of the problem. What's going on here is the result of this. The problem is external, not internal. So I just thought I should say that too. Anyway. Walking Journey says making $474. You're making $474, you mean, today? Or Sophia Anatolio says, why not take a road trip and apply for jobs in cities as you pass through them? You can sleep in your car. No, I'm sick of sleeping in my car. Oh my goodness. I'm sick of sleeping in that car. It drove me even more insane. That's why I came back to sleeping in the kitchen, which still drives me insane too. Like, people aren't meant to sleep and live in cars and kitchens. People need their own place. People need space. I'm not sleeping in that car again anymore. I'm just not. I'm just so done with that. I literally still have an entire series of videos on my channel talking about that whole experience and how I was sleep deprived and sore and miserable and going crazy and just it wasn't working. Go watch those videos. I mean, they're still up there, but people keep wanting me to sleep in my car, and I keep telling them, no, I got all these videos. I already did that. Been there, done that. It's on YouTube. Look at it. I swear. Walking Journey says, get a CDL Class A, make $400 a day. Shade 94 says, the Walking Journey, you making that bank now? Loan some bread to Brian. Walking Journey says, trying to teach Brian to make his own bread. Yeah, okay. All right, dude. How to Kurt says, but there's always food in the kitchen. That's a good thing, right? You'll never go hungry. Okay, I don't. The most of the food here, I barely even keep anything here. I got like right now, I got a couple boxes of cereal. I got some Monster Energy drinks to keep me going when I do Uber to keep pushing, making more money. It's an investment. I know it's a little extra expense, but when they go on sale, I get them, and they really do help me make more money. I can stay out more hours. I know they're not good for me either, but anyway, I'm just saying what I have here. I have like almost nothing. Like most of this stuff here is their stuff. Like I go out to eat. I don't even want to spend time eating here. This place drives me crazy. You see, you guys don't understand. You still don't understand. People still don't understand. I keep explaining to people how crazy living in a kitchen makes me and how I don't like want to be spending time here, but I just don't get it. They expect me to do all these videos and get this job, get that job. And like, no, you guys don't get it. I live in a kitchen. I don't have personal space or privacy. I have some right now just because I just happen to by chance right now, which is I hardly like almost never get this. This is like once in a blue moon kind of thing. This is why I'm doing a live stream now for the first time in a long time. I swear, I mean, I just can't live like this. I can't live or work like this. I need my own space. I can't say it enough. I need personal space and privacy. It all boils down to personal space and privacy. It just, I'm just in disbelief and awe of how many times I have to keep explaining this. So, let's see. Final Fantasy says, how to Kurt, you're an idiot. Thank you, Final Fantasy. JK, maybe you should try to start or find a once a week / month meetup group to see new people. I go to several meetups a month and it helps to get me out of my head. Yeah, but I mean, but it's just I find it difficult for me to like go out and be like happy and positive with people when my home situation is such a mess. You know, even like when I pick up people doing Uber trips, like a lot of times I got to like force myself to be like, hey, how you doing? Hi, where you, so you going to so and so street? Okay, you know, but I'm just, you know, I don't feel happy like that. I just got to force myself. Like, oh yeah, hi, how you doing? You know, I just depressed people who live in kitchens who are surrounded by so many problems don't want to be out there socializing and laughing, and you know, it's just yeah. So it's just so many people just don't understand what it's like to live like I do. I explain it so many times, but people just still don't get it. So moving on here. Oh wait, I already read that one. Walking Journey, get a CD. Oh, come on, dude, you keep saying that. Get a CDL Class A. I'll help you get a job at my job. Dude, that's in Texas though, isn't it? Dude, I don't know about that. Shade 94 says a JK at a local actors group would help Ryan for future shows, especially Road Trek. Maybe. Well, see, the thing about that is I'm thinking to try to get some, we'll see. Road Trek can go kind of either one or two directions. I want to try to get people that I know involved in the show. And then if I can't, I need more water. Going on over 2 hours here. So if I can't get people immediately within my circle to be involved in it, then I'll start trying to like contacting like film schools and stuff, that kind of like things, and or maybe put an ad on Craigslist, you know, something like that, like, you know, a film project, something that I want, you know, that I'm starting up and I want to, you know, have this concept and who's interested kind of thing. And then if I can't do that right away, I can have the story go a different way so that I'm pretty much like the only person in the show, but I don't really want to do that because I don't want to do a sci-fi show that's just about me 90 to 95% of the time. Like I want to actually have other people in the show with me too, and like be other characters that interact with, and you know, all that kind of stuff. But If I have to, I will do the show mostly solo. It won't be as good, but I'll do the best that I can and write it, have it go the best way that I can, and tell it, you know, from a perspective of like, the single lone character. And then hopefully later on it could gain traction, get a little more popular. And then maybe at that point, then some people will, come forward or be more interested, they'll see what I have going so far. And then I'll start giving them ideas and, tell them about like, well, I'm thinking about doing this with the show and maybe meeting this kind of person and have this kind of thing happen. And then I can get more people interested that way and they'll start joining the show little by little. So then I'll start having more characters. It'll start getting more interesting. The show will gain more traction. And, well, there you go. Anyway, moving on. JK says, if you want some alone time, though, maybe go to a park during the day or an empty/dead mall. No. See, people keep saying that, but no. Like, I don't know, like, how many more ways or times, like, I need to explain. Like, I need, like, my own space. Like, not to go out, to some, like, it's not just about being alone. It's about having my own. It's like, because, like, to me, it just seems like such a simple, basic thing. But then to have to, like, try to put this into words for people to understand, like I would think that people would just automatically get it. Like, people need their space. People need their own place to live. A room with a door, at the very minimum. Like, come on. I mean, like, why do I have to explain this? Like, I need my own sanctuary, my place to be, my central hub to live and work, to sleep, to eat, to work on my projects. I can't do that stuff out in some random park. I can't, just bring all my belongings and have a whole setup and studio and everything and just like work on stuff and then go out and drive Uber and then for some hours and then come back and then work on a video. I can't do that in the park. I need my own designated private space that's for me and only me, or whoever else that I decide that I want to bring into my space to be with me. And if I want to be alone, then I can have control over that. That's what I need. I have to have my thing, my own. I hope you guys get it by now, because this is getting really old, having to keep explaining the same thing so many times. This is why I need the RV so bad. This is why I keep crying about the RV. The RV. See that? The little door? You open that. Well, not on the model, but on the real thing, I could open that and go in, and I have my own living space, my own thing for me. Anyway, I'm going to move on because I don't think I need to keep explaining that. Well, maybe I do. Watch. I'll find myself having to explain this again because that's just how it goes here. Because people still won't get it. And I just watch. I will end up explaining this. Not even this won't be the last time, and the next time that I explain it won't be the last time either. I swear, people just don't get it. It just gets so frustrating. Tariq24, do you even get money for every video that has more dislikes than likes? See, a lot of people ask me. I mean, I don't really blame people for not getting this part because YouTube is a little. It's not so cut and dry. It's not just like this amount of views or this amount of likes equals this amount of dollars. It's not like that because YouTube, they auction off their ad space and then they have like all these different algorithms and kind of things that they do. So it's a lot more complicated than that. So like there's different, first of all, companies are paying different amounts for the ads because they're being auctioned. And then there's different categories, different types of ads, different durations, there's commercials or just like little pop-up window ads. So different categories are also in different price ranges. So everything just varies so much. And so it's not just like, okay, so I viewed your video one time, that's 50 cents. No, it doesn't work like that. It depends like if the ad got viewed or what type of ad, what time of the year, all that kind of, there's so many things that factor into, because I can't even tell you because there's so many algorithms, so many calculations that YouTube does with AdSense, and so that's how that works. So yeah. JK says at Shade 94, that's a good idea. Wait, what was the idea? Oh, the actor group. Lapierre SPW Pro says your stream disconnected for a minute. Oh, I guess I don't know if that was on your end or my end, but see, that's why again I like to do like actual like real like edited videos that actually like film on my camera and go onto an SD card that I can download on my laptop and then go through and edit and like make it just flow with all the good parts, and I mean I'm getting better with doing these live streams, but like at the same time like you don't run into all those technical errors, and there's less stuttering, less messing things up that I wanted to say or whatever. So, but anyway, but these live streams are, they still serve their purpose. They're fun to do every once in a while, so that's why I still do them. And people want them, so people keep crying about them. No, do a live stream, do a live stream. You haven't done a live stream, do a live stream. Do a live stream out of your car, do a live stream out of Starbucks, do a live stream from your roof, do a live stream from the bathroom. No, I haven't heard that one yet, but yet. I swear, people just want me to pull live streams out of my ass. Walking Journey says Cisco Food Service pays $40 an hour. Driver helpers get $25 an hour. Oh, driver helper. Interesting. Michael says, have you tried applying for Grubhub? No, I haven't, because I already have DoorDash, so I mean they're pretty much all the same thing. I mean, yeah, I heard that sometimes pay can vary slightly at times from company to company, but they always kind of just go up and down. They're always competing with each other. It's basically all the same thing. Grubhub, Postmates, DoorDash, Uber Eats. I mean, and I think there's another one I'm forgetting. And out in Mexico, they have Uber Eats. Believe they don't have DoorDash, but they have these other like things that I never heard of. So I mean, but my point is, there's so many things. It's all the same thing. It's just people running around delivering things, or picking up passengers. Uber, Lyft, the same thing. They compete with each other with their pay and stuff, but it's the same thing. It's a self-contractor taxi service thing basically. So wait, what happened here? My comments just jump again. Oh yeah. How to Kurt says diamonds are made from pressure. Yeah, okay. I've heard so many. There's so much self-help mumbo jumbo stuff. So many people trying to talk me out of my situation. None of it's ever got me anywhere. What I need is just to get out of this kitchen. What I need is, again, wait for it. You guess? Bingo. Personal space and privacy. That's what I need right now. So again, I need to be able to function. I need to be able to like do things like a human being. Like when the phone rings, with most people, they're sitting around and they're wherever they live, the phone rings. And if they don't have any particular reason not to answer it, oh hey, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that's how normal people live. Here, at least 95% of the time, I'm not here alone. There's people sitting like 15 feet away from me that way on the couch and facing me on top of everything to make it even worse, even more awkward. They're facing this way, and this is the path to like come into the kitchen. So it's just and trying to explain to people, and I don't even know where I was going with this, but it's just very difficult to try to do anything, to try to run a YouTube channel just to hold a job or just anything. It's just always so awkward, so stressful, and just I just want to be alone, and I can't be alone unless it's the middle of the night, unless I'm staying up, all night and going to bed at like 5 in the morning or something, 4:30, 5 in the morning until someone wakes up. It's crazy. I can't live like this. I can't live or work like this. This is why I keep trying to explain to people. I need my space. I just need space. Everyone needs space. Like people act like, oh, he's being unrealistic. Oh, like he's trying to like get to the top of the mountain before taking these little baby steps. And I'm like, wait. Okay, I just need space. I'm not asking for a mansion. I'm just asking for space. An old piece of crap RV from Craigslist. That'll do. That's fine. I just need space. My issue is space. Anyway, Shade 94 at Lapeer SPW Pro says I got booted for a second too. I just refreshed the page. Oh, I guess maybe YouTube's having problems or something. I don't know. Sophia Anatolios, FCKU, dude. I wanted to kill myself due to homelessness and job loss and did not eat at McDonald's. So FCKU, dude. Are you talking to me? Okay, well, I was just making as I said, this is what happens. And it happened live right here, so I can explain it exactly what happened. I explained things like I said that I don't want to make a generalization, but I'm just going to go ahead and make it anyway to make the point. So I said I made it clear that it was a generalization. And so I don't know, like I explain things and then people just hear something totally different or take things totally the wrong way. That's just I don't know. And it happened live right here. Right here. I don't know. Like I wasn't like I tried, like I said. I don't know. Shade 94 says helps sometimes. Oh, talking about refreshing the page. Rubber Wilbur. Oh wait. Oh shit. Wait. What happened here? Oh. Keeps moving. Brilliant point, how to, says Rubber Wilbur. Mindstorm says the kitchen is Brian's trigger. Well, try living in a kitchen. Especially for as long as I have. Rubber Wilbur says, have you given up in buying an RV? You can save money for one if you don't pay rent now. Again. It's just like, I don't know how many more times I get to explain this. Going insane, living in a kitchen without any personal space or privacy, trying to live and work and save money when you don't. This is bad for my mental health. This drives me insane. This drives me crazy. This makes me depressed. This is not good. I'm an introverted type of person who very much needs my personal space and privacy very much. And I happen to be living in a situation which specifically lacks those two things that I need so much to be able to function and do what I need to do. That's the point also that I keep trying to make over and over and over again with the RV. If I had the RV, here we go again, personal space and privacy, I could do these kind of things, these live streams, whatever other videos I want to do. I could be, instead of doing a live show, I could be in my own private living space, hard at work, clicking, dragging this clip over, cut this clip here, drag this clip over here, merge this, fix the color contrast, everything that I need to do to make a video. So many of you guys have no idea how much work goes into making a video. And, I could be growing my YouTube channel. I could go out and drive Uber whenever I want, come back whenever I want, sleep whenever I want, go back out, come back, work on a video, go back out, finish that video, upload it, go back out, come back, sleep. I can do my own thing whenever I want, unhindered, without anyone bothering me, nobody being nobody being in my way, and me not being in anybody else's way. And I could just function so much better. I could, like, I'd be able to, like, just eat a meal like I was explaining earlier, and, like, not having to be like picking it up like 1 minute and carrying it and putting it over across over on this other part of the kitchen counter because somebody walked in the kitchen and needs to get over into this cabinet over here. I mean, that's how I live. I can't live or work like this. That's what I keep trying to explain to people. So when you live in a kitchen, the most basic, simple things, like just trying to work and hold a job, save money, just becomes impossible when you're just, like, miserable and hating life every day, going insane, frustrated, miserable every damn day of your life. It takes a lot of effort to push myself and just to go out and even just do Uber trips when, like, I'm just that miserable all the time. And like I said, like, I always have to, well, not always, but a lot of the time, I have to force myself. Like, when people get in, when I pick up my passengers, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, hi, Mary. So you going to 435 Main Street, whatever. Like, that takes a lot of effort for me to just, like, open up to people and, like, interact with the public and, provide customer service. Like, people just don't get it. That's why this is what makes it so frustrating. Because, like, I even just talked about this like 10 minutes ago, about how, like, I keep trying to explain so many times my perspective, what living in a kitchen is like, what it does to me, my sanity, my ability to function, to get things done, my mood, my mental health, my everything, my mindset, my, just my ability to think, focus, concentrate, just everything, or just to eat a meal uninterrupted. It's just every little thing that people take for granted. Just answering the phone when it rings. That's what I was getting on earlier. Is, normal people, the phone rings, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, that was great, blah 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 blah. My phone rings when someone calls me or whatever. First of all, my phone is normally always on silent or vibrate for this reason. So when I get a call, either I don't hear it, or I'll just see the screen light up, or I'll just hear bzz, bzz, bzz. But, I just look at it and I'm like, well, I got, my family's sitting right here 15 feet away from me on the couch, facing me this direction. I mean, they can hear everything. I mean, I can't have any privacy here, so I'm just going to let it go to voicemail. And I'll get back to them later when I'm out in my car. I don't function. I say it so many times that I can't function. But I think I even went over this in a previous live stream. And here I am explaining again, because, again, people just don't get it. When I say that I can't function, I'm not just being dramatic and, making some kind of metaphor, oh no, I can't, what was an example I used last time? I forget. It was like some, like, stupid basic thing, like, I don't know. I'm getting tired anyway too. I'm going on almost 2.5 hours just talking nonstop and reading these comments. So it's it's just I don't know how to explain things sometimes. It's just like, I think I'm explaining something. I think I'm getting my point across. I think I'm being clear. I'm talking about, I can't function. I can't do this. I can't do that. I live in a kitchen. I don't have any personal space or privacy. I'm in the way even when I'm just eating a meal. And it's like, I'm explaining, I'm telling this to people, and like, in my head, I'm like assuming that they're a rational, level-headed person, and that they're going, oh yeah, I totally get you, man. Yeah, man. I couldn't do that either. Now, there are some that are. Thankfully, there are. But what I've come to find here on YouTube, especially an overwhelming majority of individuals, I guess I'll call them, they just don't get it. And I find myself having to explain over and over. I'm like, I'm saying all these things, explaining, showing the situation and how I can't do this, how I can't do that because of this and because of that. And I'm making it very clear, very straight, cut forward, and people just like, we'll just get this job and just do that and just don't make that excuse. It's because that's all it's just an excuse. No, you're not hearing me. It's like I think I'm getting through to people, but then I don't know what goes through their heads. Like it's like I try to be as thorough as I can with explaining, the difficulties and the hindrances that come with living in a kitchen without any personal space or privacy. But and I use all these examples of how that they affect and relate with all these other things that I even try to do, like things that are unrelated with trying to get a job or trying to work or make money, just like simple basic day-to-day things that eating a meal. One example, I'm in the way when I eat a meal. I can't even just be here in the kitchen area eating a meal, unless it's the middle of the night. And then I have better chances, at least, of not needing to move over for anyone. It's just I can't live like this. And it's like people don't want to believe or something, like how bad it is. Like I'm trying to tell people, like, yeah, it's really this bad. Like I can't even do this or do that. Like, and then people expect me to do this and this and this and that. And like, you guys don't get it. And then people are just like, no, it can't be that bad. Like, just tell your family to do this or just move into the other room. Like, yeah, just move into the other room. Yeah. There's another room to move into. Like they just assume. Like they just pulled this other room out of their ass. Like I'll make the sound effect. Hold on. They pulled this other room out of their ass. They're like, here, this other room. Look, stop making excuses. Just move into it. It's so easy. Like, okay, dude, you just pulled that room out of your ass. Like, it's a 1-bedroom place. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, it's not that simple. Some people, I swear, some people really think it's that simple. I've really gotten these kinds of comments that people, oh, just move into another room. Oh, just move into the basement. Oh, just do this. Just no. If I could do all that stuff, I would have done it already, and I wouldn't be on YouTube and talking about all this stuff and having a GoFundMe up trying to get an RV, because I would have just been living in the basement. Because I mean, again, the only thing I really need right now, the main thing I need, is personal space and privacy. A basement, another room that would provide that, and then I wouldn't be on YouTube with, go to GoFundMe. I need help. Get me an RV. I need a place to live. No, because I just be in the basement or that room. Like, the people think that, like people seriously think, I know I'm kind of going on a rant again and falling behind in comments, but like people seriously think that like there's just like some spare room or something, and like I'm just living in this kitchen because like I just wanted to or something, but then I'm just complaining about it, and like they're thinking like it didn't occur to them to just go into that room. Like, come on, dude, just go move into your room. What's with the excuses? No, there is no other room. You don't understand. I'm here with my bed alongside the kitchen sink because it's the only space in the house for me to live. Oh, but why don't you just live in the living room? That's where my family hangs out over 90% of the time. There's almost always somebody in that living room, on that couch or on that computer, facing me or facing that wall, like on the same side as my bed is on here in the house. I can't live or work like that. I just can't. And people just don't get it. And people expect me to be able to move into the living room. Like, yeah, where? Am I going to, like, yeah, no. Just people don't get it. They think everything is just so easy to fix and solve, and they just don't even grasp what the situation even is. And I explain it so many times, so tirelessly, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So many times in videos and comments and copying and pasting the same things over and over, or not even pasting all the time. And sometimes I paste, but because I'm so used to explaining the same thing so many times that, like, sometimes people accuse me of pasting when I'm not, and it's gotten to that point because, like, it all just flows out of me now. Like, that they say the same thing at me, and I'm like, okay, I explain this. Like, try living in a kitchen, blah 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 blah. I don't have any personal space or privacy, blah 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 blah. And so it pretty much all comes out sounding like almost the same, like verbatim. And so people accuse me of pasting when I'm not, even though sometimes I did more before in the past, but and still every now and then, but it's just people just don't get it. And like I said, this isn't going to be the last time I'm going to be explaining this. People are still not going to get it after this. You're still going to come at me with all these comments. Oh, why don't you just do this? Why don't you just do that? I already explained this in my in the comments section. I explained it in that live stream that I did on April 1st. I explained it in this other video, and then in this other live stream from this other previous couple months. Come on, people, keep up. Get with the program. Like, if you're gonna follow my channel, at least, like, I don't know. So I'm gonna try to catch up on the comments now, finally, before somebody comes home and interrupts me. Rubber Wilbur says, Final Fantasy, stop deleting comments. I've been following Brian for years, and you are deleted non-troll comments. That's not cool. I didn't see that. Anyway. What happened there? But my extreme weight loss challenge says, agreed, Rubber. Mindstorm says, especially if you're introverted, I can relate to that. Thank you. Thank you, Mindstorm. Greg Rubin. What's up, Greg Rubin? Says, greetings. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're still here because it took me so long to get through the comments here. You got any plans for going back to Mexico? Well, if I could get some money together, but considering how that goes with everything else, well, I don't know. And then plus, I don't know, because I've been getting a lot of criticism from mostly from trolls, but I mean, because I try to explain as best as I can. Maybe I should maybe I should touch on this for a little bit while I'm kind of still on this. Yeah, I keep hearing that, oh, Brian B4T went on this lavish vacation. Went on this lavish vacation to Mexico and blew all this thousands of dollars or whatever we're saying. And I try to explain to people, no, you guys are getting it all wrong. And quit spreading slanderous lies and stupid things. I explained many times that, I can't get into my whole entire life story, but I've explained a lot of times that I was cut off from both sides of my family for the most part during my upbringing. And so I've been doing a lot of reconnecting with family. And so, like, people that, like, I haven't seen since I was like a baby or like a little kid, and who didn't even know about my situation living in this kitchen and everything, things like that. And like, it's sad really what happened. It's very traumatic, and just, I haven't told the whole story out there, and I don't know when I'll be able to, be in a position. I don't know. I'm still kind of debating what I want to talk about on YouTube, but there's so many things about my life story, and so many people assume that I just had a normal, whatever life, and, but the fact of the matter is that I've been through a lot of really, really traumatic and messed up things that a great deal of people have not been through. And it's a lot to explain, and a lot of it's real complicated. And, well, yeah. So, just there was a lot of damage that was done, and that trip to Mexico was just kind of one of the first steps in undoing that damage and reconnecting with my own blood. So, moving on, Final Fantasy, so that Rubber Wilbur, some of them are indeed trollish. Some of them are just dumbass questions Brian doesn't need to hear. Any comment I find profoundly offensive or slanderous is getting removed. Gotta love Final Fantasy. Robert Wolver says, I can understand removing abuse, doxing, etc., but why delete silly questions? I've noticed Brian enjoying answering stupid questions. It's not all about it's all about perspective. Greg Rubin says, I like your license plate. Nice. Oh yeah, Network126. I showed this in another live stream. It's magnetic. It's, you know, there's a metal thing here, so just I can slap that on. Oh, it's stuck on down here. But yeah, anyway, if you guys want to see a close-up of that, designed all that on the computer. See, that's another thing that I design. You know, people, you know, talk about, oh, you know, not inventive or something or whatever. That, you know, glue is kind of coming undone here. Anyway, but yeah, I'm capable of doing so much. But again, personal space and privacy. That's my hinder. That's my poison. That's my nemesis. You know, a lot of people try to say that I'm my worst enemy. No, I'm not my worst enemy. Living in a kitchen without any personal space or privacy where I can't function and be my own person and do what I need to do and get stuff done. That's what's working against me. That's my enemy, not me. Get out of here with that nonsense. I just want to throw that out there because I've heard that before. Okay, let's get back over here. Rubber Wilbur says, LOL, Brian does get agitated easily, doesn't he? Well, again, try being in my perspective and dealing with so much slander and harassment for years on YouTube while you're just, you know, just trying to get your story out there, just trying to fix, you know, get your situation fixed and get a place to live. Because that's really all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get an RV. That's the most, you know, that's the main thing I've been trying to do on this channel for the longest time. And I keep talking about how, like, I want to do all these, you know, shows, all these ideas, all these things that I want to get out there in videos on my channel, and that I would do if I had one of these and didn't live in one of these, the kitchen. So people just don't get it. They still don't get it. And some just never will get it. Okay, where was I? Oh, Walking Journey. Why don't you just rent a motel? Oh boy, why don't you just rent a motel room once a week? Just make YouTube videos and spend time by yourself. You want to know why, Walking Journey? Because that requires money. Moving on. Just saying, dude. Just saying. Final Fantasy, says Robert Wilbur, for good reason. I don't like these trolls either. They're either evil or retarded or both. You know what, Final Fantasy, on that note of being evil, I think some of them are just straight up demonic. Maybe I shouldn't elaborate too much because then some people here will think I'm crazy. But I mean, like, they just, like, some of the things that they say and the length that they go to inflict as much harm, damage, you know, suffering as they can. You know, these people, they go so out of their way and spend so much, you know, time, effort, and energy to screw with me, to pester me, to harass me, to bring me down, to piss me off, to like bring my, you know, they call it, you know, bringing your vibration down, bringing you into a state, a lowered state of anger, sadness, depression, frustration. But I don't want to get too much into that because, like I said, people are going to think I'm crazy. But if you're on the same page as I am, I don't know. I think it's a possibility that some of these are either demonic or at the very least demonically influenced. Because, I mean, the normal people don't go that far out of their way to pester and harass and mess with a complete stranger on YouTube who hasn't done anything to them. I'm just gonna say that. I'm on to you guys. So Sophia Anatolio says it must be bad. Nobody doubts you find it bad. It's wait, let me start that over again. It must be bad. Nobody doubts you find it bad. It's just life isn't fair, and all you can do is stuff to change it. If you do nothing, you will change nothing. It's not fair. It just is. Oh, see, yeah, I've heard that perspective a lot of times too. That you're the only one who can change things, and yeah, but I mean, because the point that I was making earlier, there's so many things I can do, so many ideas that I have, so many things that I'm capable of. But again, I need that personal space and privacy to be able to function and do them, not living in a kitchen. I can't live or work like that. That's the point that I keep trying to make repeatedly over and over, but just people just keep not getting. I don't know why. It's like I seriously feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I almost want to liken this to like the need to be able to eat, because really privacy, personal space and privacy is an actual need for most living organisms. Like, if like the jungle cats or whatever didn't, or like the little moles that live underground, they have to have their own underground space to, for protection. And they go out, they mate, and then they go back in the ground and they have their babies underground. And that they need to do things in the ground. That's how they live. They need their space. And like the animals that live above ground, they need their space. They need to be able to do their things. And there's the engine pulling up in the driveway. The driveway isn't making noise. The engine's making noise. So I'm going to have to wrap this video up right now at the 2 hour and 41 minute mark. So if you enjoyed this stream, and sorry I didn't get to the rest of the comments, but I'm going to have to end this now. Goodbye. Adios. Until next time. Maybe I won't have to end these abruptly so many times next time. I've actually had my own place, like an RV. Goodbye.